All right, One Piece, episode 4, reaction time. For those of you who don't know me, I know basically nothing about One Piece, except for the fact that my friends won't shut up about it. But hey, we're giving it a shot with the Netflix live-action adaptation, so here are my thoughts. And yeah, baby, we are back. This is probably the best episode yet. I'd have to rewatch the whole thing again to really be certain, but yeah, this is a great episode for me. I think the whole cast really got a chance to shine here, especially since Luffy became quickly incapacitated by a poisoned blue soup, which just really gives you a great idea of his level of intelligence. But when Luffy does finally wake up, I mean, the moments we get with him, it really gives me a lot of confidence in not only the story, but the actor's portrayal. I mean, from the few glimpses I've seen from the anime, this dude is spot on. But yeah, I feel like at this point, you've either accepted this iteration, this version of this story, or you've rejected it. And if you've accepted it and are just going with the flow, I feel like this is a great episode to give you some mid-season payoff for the first leg of this series. Plus, you guys all know how much I love horror, and I feel like this story, this world is perfectly crafted to include some horror elements. I mean, they have a freaking clown tornado at some point, okay? Who wouldn't be scared of that? But yeah, this episode definitely has some horror elements going on with it, especially with that Kuro vampire butler guy. The set design, the lighting, the music, it all comes together, and you know, it is still a little bit cheesy, but it works nicely here. And while I did enjoy the final confrontation between him and Luffy for the most part, I think it worked for the most part, up until Kuro just starts fighting him normally. Like, he's clearly winning. He's clearly winning by just, running back and forth, getting a few slashes in there. And then, Luffy gets in like a lucky strike and he's like, oh, I guess I can't do this anymore. Like, no, you can. Just stop standing still maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It just lost a little bit of its authenticity there because it felt like the writers couldn't come up with an actual good way to transition to that. Like, if they had just had Luffy kind of goad him into like, oh, I guess you can't beat me without your powers, right? Like, it would have worked a little bit better, but yeah, I digress. I guess my theory for them being vampires is like kind of out the window, although I don't remember them explicitly saying that they're not. And the servant guy... he puts on like a half Batman cowl at some point. So I don't know what was up with that, but I'm assuming it's from the anime or the manga, whatever. So I'm just going to go with it. But the heart and soul of this episode really comes down to Zoro and his promise, right? I didn't mention it in my last video, but going into this one, I was really hoping that we would get to see some more glimpses or just a full-on backstory for what his promise is. And for the most part, it's kind of what I expected it to be, although I was kind of theorizing while watching that, oh, he kills his buddy, I forget her name, but he kills her in the heat of battle, heat of the moment, and he's been on his self-discovery journey ever since, trying to become the best swordsmaster to make up for that fact and bring that promise to life that, one of them will be the greatest swordmaster of all time. So I don't know. It's kind of what I expected, but it did have a little diversion there, so I like that. Okay, but can we talk about something for a second here? Am I going crazy, or are all of these flashbacks taking place 7 years ago? Like, are you really telling me that every defining character moment took place in the same freaking year? Are they longer years or something? Like, what's going on? Is this how it actually is in the source material, or is this Netflix kind of being a dummy? But yeah, as for these defining Zoro moments, I mean, I think this episode did a great job at giving him some time to shine and fleshing out his character a little bit more. I mean, we knew the dude was a badass, but we didn't know how honorable and noble of a guy he really was. This episode proves that to me, alongside him choosing to go with Luffy, the very different pirate. Though I can't not mention this again. The flashback duel between him and his buddy. Again, it just looks like theater kids to me playing dress up. I'm sorry. The costumes look great. The set design looks great. The color looks great. It really does, and the actors are doing a good job. But whenever I see the guy kind of he goes with both hands in the same direction. Like, you might as well just have one sword then. I mean, clearly Zoro has gotten better. I don't know. Watching this scene, I was like, okay, can we come on. But anyways, we get some more great moments and teases at the end of this episode. Usopp chooses to join the pirates. They did have that little that will he won't he with him and Kaya, so I enjoy that we had that. But I'm also really glad that he's joining this crew. Question: how big does this crew get in the source material? Because like I kind of like the quaintness of like a small group like this, but I would imagine that every other pirate crew they run into would be a challenge for them if they're just like 4 or 5 guys. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments. How big should I be expecting this crew to be, you know, towards, I don't know how long they're going to go on with this, but if we get to like 27 seasons, right? Like what's like the max for this crew? I don't know. Also, I love the ship design with the kind of the ram there and calling it the Going Merry. I thought that was really cool as well. Is that how it happens in the source material as well, or is this a diversion? Let me know. But to end the episode, we see Kobe and the Marines catching up, which I guess proves that Usopp is a big fat liar, because he said that this ship is the fastest there is. Well, which is it, Usopp? Tell me. Also, the Marine captain, what's his name, like Garb or something? He's Luffy's grandpa? What? Is that why he's trying to go stop him? Like, I have so many questions. Yeah, I'm going to go watch the next episode and find out. But real quick, hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts on this episode, and I'll see you guys there.